What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today I kind of wanted to look at the past of the Orlando Magic. So the Orlando Magic definitely made some mistakes back in the day, and through that there's been a lot of weird trades that have happened due to the Orlando Magic, and things that would have changed if the Magic would have kept the talent that they drafted. The Magic, we all know, traded a lot of the talent away that they drafted, which a couple of them became kind of all-star caliber players. It's just interesting to see what the Magic could have looked like if they just waited the course, kind of stayed patient, and then assuming that those players, became the same players that they are today. Not saying they would have been if they stayed on the Magic. It would have been interesting to see how the Magic would have looked had they been patient and possibly waited for guys like Oladipo, Tobias Harris, and all these other guys that they had on their rosters at one point. And I just want to go ahead and show you guys the roster that the Magic could have had. And you guys are definitely Magic fans out there. I'm sure you guys might be a little upset when you look at this. So let's go ahead and just look at the roster. Guys, when we look at this Magic roster, this is the players they all had at one point. Now look at this roster, and I'm going to go ahead and go through the trades that the Magic made back in the day. And let's see what you guys think of the trade. Some of the trades that they made, let me know what you guys think. But let's look at this roster real quick. So at one point, I mean, they still have Vucevic. They still have Aaron Gordon, obviously. But at one point, they had Victor Oladipo. They drafted him. I think he was like the 3rd or 4th pick overall. 5th pick. Or wait. No, 2nd. My bad. Okay, and then Tobias Harris, I think he was drafted by another team and then was traded to Orlando. Yeah, he was drafted by Milwaukee and then traded to Orlando, I think. So, yeah, interesting there. Sabonis also was on this roster. Well, actually, he never really was on the Magic, but it was their draft pick that became Sabonis. Aaron Gordon, obviously, still on the Magic today. Mohamed Bamba, who knows if they would have gotten him at this point if they had all this talent on their roster. So, I mean, I can't assume that, so I just kept him on here. Fournier, they even had Sarge at one point. I think the draft pick that became Sarge, I don't know. I can't remember. Did he ever play with Orlando? I don't think he did, but I could be wrong. Let me double check that. And it's not going to show me Philly. Yeah, it's not really showing me that. So maybe he never played with the Magic. Elfrid Payton, we all know what they did with him. Traded him for a 2nd round pick to the Suns. Landry Shamet, the draft pick that became Landry Shamet. And obviously they still have Fultz and all that. But I want to show you guys, this might take a while, but I'm going to show you guys what the league would look like today. Possibly, I could have missed some things. I kind of assumed things. So just imagine if the Magic were not to trade away their young talent and waited the course. A lot of things would have changed in the NBA. But here are the trades that the Magic made. On June 26, 2014, they traded Dario Saric, a 2015 2nd round pick that became Willie Hernangomez, and a 2018 1st round draft pick that became Landry Shamet for Elfrid Payton. So I guess now that I think about it, they shouldn't have Elfrid Payton. So let me move Elfrid Payton to the Sixers. Or I could just move Landry Shamet and whatever, Sarge to Sixers. So I didn't know that. I just read that. So Maurice Harkless to the Portland Trailblazers. That's not a big major trade, so I'm not worried about that. But this trade made absolutely no sense. February 16th, 2016, I kind of questioned what the Magic were doing in this situation. They traded Tobias Harris to the Pistons for Ersan Ilyasova and Brandon Jennings. Now, I don't know about you guys, but Ilyasova's on the Bucks. Brandon Jennings isn't even in the NBA anymore. I think he's not sure if he's officially retired or not, but I mean, come on. That's just I don't know, I guess. And then they traded Ersan Ilyasova, Victor Oladipo, and Sabonis to the Thunder for Serge Ibaka. Now, I think this was 2 separate trades. Or was it all one trade? I can't remember why they traded. I can't remember maybe this was the trade. Ersan Ilyasova, Victor Oladipo, and Sabonis to the Thunder. I didn't know it was that bad. I guess Oladipo wasn't anything major yet, but man, kind of crazy. But that's some of the trades that the Magic have made over the years, and it's just been kind of mind-blowing to see what they've done. So I'm going to go ahead and update. I'm probably going to send Sarge and what's her name? Landry Shamet back to the Sixers. Let me do that real quick because I didn't realize that Elfrid Payton was part of that trade. So trade override is on. I kind of have this on so I could make some changes because I knew I was going to mess up some things. Because I mean, this is a lot to try to plan out. So what am I doing? I want to send where is Dario Saric and Landry Shamet back to the Sixers. So what that means is the Sixers never got Butler or Tobias Harris. So interesting there. And then I was going to trade him for some players that aren't going to matter. So let's do that. Jonah Bolden. I mean, obviously Jonah Bolden is pretty decent in real life, but it's not going to matter. So when we look at this, is what I want to talk about, the things that happened in the NBA. So the Sixers never get Jimmy Butler or Tobias Harris, and they still have Covington and Sarge. So that's fine and all. Bucks didn't change. Bulls didn't change. Cavaliers. Celtics weren't affected. Clippers, obviously, they never got Tobias Harris because Tobias Harris was never traded. But, I mean, everything else is left alone. The Hornets, the Jazz, the Kings, the Knicks, the Lakers. I assumed that maybe Paul George would sign with the Lakers in the offseason. Maybe the Pacers never traded him. Maybe he got traded somewhere, didn't stay there for too long. I don't know. We'll never know what the trade would have been if the Thunder would not have traded for Paul George, if that makes sense. So, Paul George and LeBron James on the Lakers. Just kind of an assumption there. Mavericks, Nets, Pacers. Pacers never get Oladipo. They never get Sabonis. Like I said, they lose Paul George. Just kind of left it. Whatever. Not really a big deal. Pelicans, Pistons, Raptors. Raptors never get Serge Ibaka. They still have Terrence Ross. Never got Terrence Ross. Or never traded Terrence Ross, I guess I should say. That's just an assumption again. I don't know that for sure. But the Rockets. We assume that the Rockets get Jimmy Butler instead because they were the team that were offering 4 first-round draft picks. So, yeah, I kind of assumed that the Rockets maybe would land at Jimmy Butler instead. Spurs weren't affected, but the Thunder, they keep Serge Ibaka and never ended up trading for Victor Oladipo or Paul George. So, that's it. That's basically all that's there. So, and they never traded for Carmelo, but that's a whole different... you guys, there's a lot of things that could have changed in the NBA, but I just kind of wanted to focus on the main points. So, I kind of wanted to build this team and see what this team would have done if Victor Oladipo and Tobias Harris were still in the Magic today. So I think I'm only going to do 2 seasons today. Reason being is because this team is already kind of stacked top to bottom. And I think, wow, it is a stacked roster. So we do have some moves to make. So let's do this real quick. I'm going to send Fultz to the G League. And let's go ahead and... I'm only gonna do 1 off season today just because I don't want to make this a huge video just because we never know what could have changed. So trade right on and financial trade rules on is what I want. Okay, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. So and then we kind of have to make some changes here. So Aaron Gordon and Sabonis kind of have an awkward let's move Tobias Harris back to his natural position. He used to play the small forward. I'm gonna move him there because he goes up to an 88 overall. And then we have DJ Augustine, Oladipo, Tobias Harris, Aaron Gordon, Vucevic, Sabonis, Mo Bamba, Evan Fournier, and Elfrid Payton. That is a scary roster. So now we need a point guard. Fultz will be our point guard next year, obviously. But if I can get a short-term better point guard than DJ Augustine, I will do that. DJ Augustine and let's go with like Jonah Bolden and a few. No, just a second-round pick. Let's see if I can get like a borderline better point guard than Augustine. So let's see what's out there. Zubac, Lynn, Yogi Ferrell, Trey Burke. Maybe DJ Augustine's gonna have to stay. So like I said, guys, only 1 off season today. I honestly just wanted to make this a quick video. We don't know. Like I said, we have no idea if this team would have looked like this, but it is interesting to see what the Magic would have looked like potentially if they would have kept their players. But like I said, it's not a for sure thing that the Oladipo would become an all-star. Tobias Harris wouldn't become the player he is today. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, just like James Harden when he got traded to the Rockets. If he would have stayed on the Thunder, who knows what would have happened? Would he have become an MVP? Would James Harden ever be an all-star? I don't know, man. We don't know. So that's why I just kind of wanted to make this a quick video. So 1 off season, gonna send my team in the season, and I'll see you guys off season. I just wanted to look and see how these awards might have changed, possibly. I don't know if anything would change, but LeBron James wins MVP. Luka Doncic still Rookie of the Year. Dennis Schroeder wins 6th Man of the Year. Giannis wins Defensive Player. Miles Turner wins Most Improved, so that kind of changes things in that perspective. And then Lakers, Luke Walton wins Coach of the Year. And like I said, LeBron won MVP. We already knew that. But All-NBA first team for Russell Westbrook. All-NBA, nobody from the Magic. nobody from the Magic, and nobody from the Magic. Although it wasn't. Victor Oladipo did make it on the all-defensive first team. Let's go ahead and look at these player stats, see what it looked like. We are the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference facing the Toronto Raptors. The player stats on the season were 21.5 points for Victor Oladipo, pretty decent numbers. Then Tobias Harris with 17 points, Vucevic with 15. Vucevic and Tobias Harris will be free agents this offseason, so it'll be interesting to see what we want to do with them. I don't know yet, but we'll go ahead and see how these playoffs go, and then I'll probably make my decision there. But my current round against Toronto, they're up 1-0. We do even it up with them. We have a pretty good roster, so I would be shocked if we beat them. We do even it up. Can we go up 3-2? We do. Win in 6, 7-game series, we get eliminated, unfortunately. So Toronto and Milwaukee, I think that's the series we would all want to see. And then Philly and Washington. I'd rather see like Philly and Boston, or just mix match it either way. I want to see Toronto against Boston, Milwaukee versus Philly, or Milwaukee versus Boston, Toronto versus Philly. It does not matter either way. I would be excited for any of those playoff series because, like I said, the East should be fun this year. It should be really fun. I'm really excited. Although, one thing I would be excited about is if the Pacers and the Nets faced in the first round. I think that would be, like, when you think about it, the Pacers and the Nets kind of have an equal kind of roster now. Not really because Oladipo's out, but I can see the Pacers still giving the Nets a good run for their money. So the Lakers are going to win the championship in 5 games with Paul George and LeBron James on the roster together. So no shocking stuff there. League meetings are going to reject all those. And then I know our head coach. I know who it is, and I want to fire him right away. Don't like Steve Clifford. I don't think he's a very good coach, especially for the Magic. I didn't like that head coaching signing whenever they did hire him. But trade finder, 23rd pick. Like I said, we still have whoa, oh hell no, get off my roster. George Dang, Mitchell Robinson. Sorry, I don't know, I was about to cough. I couldn't hold it back. So OG Anunoby and a 23rd pick. Let's do it. That way the Toronto Raptors can't resign. I don't know who they would need to resign, but whatever. Rookie signing. We got Jerry Foster. Probably not, my dude. The bonus could bring him back. Jonathan Isaac can bring him back. Qualifying offers. Jerry and Grant probably don't need to bring you back just because we're going to have Fultz and Elfrid Payton now. And Elfrid Payton, I did resign him at the extension deadline. But other than that, these are our free agents. Not really worried about it. Salary cap table, like I said, we're kind of negative. Timothy Mozgov, we kind of just need to resign Vucevic and Tobias Harris. I mean, at this point, now that we have all these guys together, I think it'd be best to resign Tobias Harris and Vucevic. And like I said, honestly, Magic may have never traded for Markelle Fultz if they still had the roster they had today, but never know, right? Never know. So Augustine actually still is under contract. I didn't notice that. Oladipo, Evan Fournier, looking around the shooting guard spot, small forward. Kind of got some small forwards here, but Tobias Harris will be back. Aaron Gordon, Mo Bamba, and Vucevic. So I'm going to go ahead and just resign. And then we're going to have Markelle Fultz. So really not much of a rebuild, unfortunately. Not a whole lot to do, though. So that's why it's kind of not. Just because this roster is already so good. That's why I kind of only wanted to do one offseason. Because I knew there wasn't going to be much that I needed to do. Because we were just kind of focused on the fact that maybe the Magic could have kept their guys and possibly they would be a playoff team today. I mean, that's the main thing I wanted to point out in this video. Possibly. It's a big possibility that they possibly could. I'm saying possible too much. Like I said, it's a what if scenario, basically. What if the Magic would have kept all the guys they had back then? Because I remember at one point, an NBA 2K15, I was playing my career. I was a point guard and I got drafted to the Magic. I remember at one point there was Oladipo, Elfrid Payton, Aaron Gordon, Nikola Vucevic, all on the same team. Like I said, I'm not going to say it again, but obviously things could change. It's just a matter of how things went down. Like, it's basically if it's like I said, James Harden never could have became an MVP. I keep repeating myself, but there's really not much else to talk about. I just question what the Magic were thinking about back in the day and how good could they have been if they just stayed the course. Big what if. But Markelle Fultz is our point guard for this year. Oladipo is our shooting guard. Harris is our small forward. Aaron Gordon is our power forward. Bonus, Mo Bamba, Jonathan Isaac, and Evan Fournier all off the bench. We could make it a 10-man rotation, which I will do since Elfrid Payton is a pretty decent backup point guard. So we'll do that. Really like this a lot. Sabonis off the bench. 31 minutes, liking a lot. Oladipo and Tobias Harris getting like that quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and turn trades off, make the simulation go faster, and let's simulate to the end of the season. I'm actually going to just talk to you guys about basketball because why not? So the NBA is back today. Super excited. Brooklyn and the Blazers face today, so I'm excited to watch some Blazers basketball with Enes Kanter on the roster now. Exciting to see that. D'Angelo Russell, Brooklyn Nets. Always fun to watch the Brooklyn Nets. They're a pretty fun team to watch now. But then I think we got Milwaukee and Boston tonight. That should be interesting. Let me double check that actually, because I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure Milwaukee and Boston. So I'm excited basketball is back because these last 3 days, you guys know I've been dealing with an ankle sprain. I still have not been able to walk, and it's been kind of boring. I've just been kind of sitting around not doing anything, but now that basketball is back, I can just sit around and watch basketball starting at 6 o'clock tonight. So we got Phoenix, Cleveland, Philly, Miami, yeah, like I said, Boston, and Milwaukee, and then the big game, Rockets and Lakers, and then Sacramento, DeMarcus Cousins facing his former team. I don't know if it's for the first time. Has he faced the Kings ever since he's gotten traded? I'm sure he has. I'm sure that he has, so I don't know why I asked that. But like I said, guys, let me know what you guys think about this whole topic in the comments section below. Do you guys think Oladipo or Tobias Harris would have became the players they were today if they would have stayed with the Magic? Those are the two main pieces, I think. I don't think Nikola Vucevic would have ever became the guy he is today, because out of nowhere this year, Vucevic was never talked about at all, like barely ever talked about. He was a decent center at best, but this year on a contract year, he just kind of blossomed out of nowhere, which makes sense. It's a contract year, so you want to play the best that you can, hopefully secure a bag in the offseason. And I really hope that the Magic aren't planning on signing Vucevic to a max contract this offseason, because I don't think it's very smart. I don't. And I don't know if he's eligible for like a 5-year mega deal. I hope not, because that would be insane. I don't know. I've never really thought about it, but I doubt the Magic are interested. I say that, but then it is Orlando Magic, so you never really know. But Vucevic, I just don't think really fits on this team anymore. Now that you have Mo Bamba that you drafted this last year, he is hurt right now, but once he comes back, you let him be the long-term center of the future. Hopefully, he pans out well. He's already shown some signs. Jonathan Isaac has shown some signs as well this year, which is good because you drafted him a couple years ago. Aaron Gordon, I think, should end up being traded soon, whether that's in the offseason or next year. I would do that just because Jonathan Isaac needs to play the power forward. And if you have a front court of Mo Bamba and Jonathan Isaac, I think that's a pretty decent front court because they're both really lengthy. I think Jonathan Isaac is like almost Kevin Durant height at the power forward position. Then you got Mo Bamba, who's like 7 whatever. That would be a nasty, lengthy front court that you could build around the future, and include that with Markelle Fultz at the point guard position, and then you can fill that in with whatever you want to put at the small forward and the shooting guard. Right now, obviously, I have Evan Fournier and whoever else is on the roster right now. I mean, I changed the roster on the game, so I don't remember anymore. But definitely, the Magic do have some nice things going for them as long as they can stay, as long as they don't make any more dumb moves. So like I said, Vucevic, I think resigning Vucevic wouldn't be very smart. It depends on the deal you get him for. I think Vucevic is going to look for a big contract, though, just because he did become an all-star this year. First-year all-star. Aaron Gordon, like I said, I don't think you should keep him around. I think you should trade him, let Isaac be the starting power forward, and then let Mo Bamba start at the center. And then you could fill Aaron Gordon. You could trade Aaron Gordon for like a decent shooting guard or a small forward or something. I don't know, man. Just something out there. But Fultz, Isaac, and Mo Bamba, I think, are the big three of the Magic future. Hopefully, Fultz can become the player that he was coming out of Washington. So, Russell Westbrook wins MVP. Zion, yeah, awkward thing last night. He did hurt his knee, but it doesn't seem like it's too serious. He ripped right out of his shoe. Kind of weird. Dennis Schroeder wins 6th-man defensive player. Giannis and Dennis Smith Jr. most. So, interesting there. Zion does land in New York. But like I said, if Zion Williamson would have been seriously hurt, would have dropped his draft stock quite a bit. But I don't know if he's going to play another game this year. A lot of people are tweeting that, man, if I'm Zion, I'm not playing another game this year. Which does make sense, because if you get hurt, you guys don't realize, some of you may not realize, but if you're not a #1 pick, a #1 pick gets the most money. Obviously, that makes sense. So if you're like a top 5 pick, you get more money than if you were like a 14th pick, like Michael Porter Jr., for instance. Projected to be #1 pick, probably could have got $10 million a year going into his last years of his rookie deal, but instead he was drafted 14th overall. Costed him quite a bit of money. I mean, obviously, if he comes back and plays well, he's going to make that money all back. It won't matter, but I don't know. It's just something to think about. So Zion Williamson should definitely think about his future and whether or not he wants to risk it all. So hopefully he comes back better than ever. But let's not get eliminated by Milwaukee. Thank you. So we do end up making it past Milwaukee. Now we're going to face Toronto in the second round. So up 1-0 on them. They're up 2-1. Can we please beat them this time around? We are up 3-2. They're up 3-2. 7-game series. We got eliminated by them again. Awesome. So Toronto and Atlanta. Let's go ahead and just see who wins between them. Toronto. We could have easily made it to the finals if we beat Toronto, but we didn't. We lost to a 7-game series to them again. And the Raptors. The Rockets coming back. The Rock just came back with Jimmy Butler on the roster. I think Jimmy Butler is still on the roster. But guys, I think that's going to end it for me. No, he's not. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. But this is Crushables. I'm saying.